We've had a devastating 6.8 magnitude earthquake in Morocco, Marraquech, Medina. A lot of old buildings have been devastated. This earthquake has aftershocks as well, 4.9, 4.5. We see that it's at the coast, and also this is an area of the Canary Islands, La Palma, and they do believe that this is a hot spot. Magma, tremendous amount. All these are volcanic islands, of course. Now, this earthquake, the 6.8, was felt all the way up to Lisbon, Portugal. A lot of this, of course, Marrakesh is a very, very wonderful a very popular tourist destination. And I have a friend who goes there for her birthday almost every year. But anyway, they have beautiful villas with their fountains in the middle, the Arabian type of villas. Now, this is a very devastating earthquake. A lot of old buildings have been destroyed. We do have liquefaction and landslides there from what the map shows, and I'll leave a link below for the USGS map showing you this. Magnitude 6.8 earthquake struck late September 8, yesterday, Saturday, tearing down buildings and even cracking a section of the medieval city's wall. In Marrakesh, UNESCO World Heritage Site and popular destination among British tourists and others of Europe, local television also showed images of fallen mosque minaret and rubble laying on smashed cars. Andreas Kraus, a senior advisor at the EU Parliament, said the tremor was felt hundreds of miles away, even in Lisbon, up to Lisbon, Portugal. Kraus wrote on Twitter, Medina had been quite affected in parts of the wall from the old town collapse. Many old buildings have also collapsed. The event was felt in Lisbon. The head of the National Institute of Geophysics in Morocco said this earthquake was the strongest in a century in the country. The USGS, US Geological Survey, said the epicenter was high in the Atlas Mountains, located about 70 kilometers away from Marrakesh. While Morocco's National Seismic Monitoring and Alert Network measured the quake, which struck at 11:11 p.m. Friday at 7 on the Richter scale, USGS measured the earthquake rattle at 6.8 on the scale. Now, this is just below fault line, reaching into the Mediterranean and going into Italy and Greece. And according to USGS tectonic summary, the seismotectonics of the Mediterranean region and vicinity. Mediterranean is seismically active due to the northward convergence, which moves 4 to 10 millimeters a year of the African plate with respect to the Eurasian plate along a complex plate boundary. So the African plate is moving into the Eurasian plate, Europe. And this convergence began about 50 million years ago and was associated with the closure of the Tethys Sea. The modern day remnant of the Tethys Sea is the Mediterranean Sea. The highest rates of seismicity in the Mediterranean region are found along the Hellenic subduction zone of southern Greece, along the North Anatolia Fault of western Turkey, and the Calabrian subduction zone of southern Italy. Local high rates of convergence of the Greek subduction zone is a whopping 35 millimeters a year, and they're associated with back arc spreading throughout Greece and western Turkey above the subduction Mediterranean ocean crust. The crustal normal faulting throughout this region is manifestation of extension tectonics associated with the back arc spreading. The region of the Marmaris Sea, which is around Istanbul, Turkey, is a transition zone between this extension regime to the west and the strike slip region of the North Anatolia Fault to the east, which gives very, very big earthquakes. This is basically the area of Turkey that had the 7.8, Turkey and Syria that had the 7.8 magnitude earthquakes a couple of months back. The region of the Marmaris Sea is a transition zone between the extension regime. The North Anatolia Fault accommodates much of the right lateral horizontal motion, which is 23 to 24 millimeters a year, between the Anatolian microplate and Eurasian plates, as the Anatolian microplate is being pushed westward to further accommodate closure of the Mediterranean basin caused by the collision of the African and Arabian plates in southeastern Turkey. Now, the Mediterranean region, there is a written record, several centuries long, documenting pre-instrumental seismicity, that's before the 20th century. Earthquakes have historically caused widespread damage across central and southern Greece, Cyprus, Sicily of Italy, Crete, the Nile Delta of Egypt, northern Libya, and the Atlas Mountains of Morocco, as we see here with this earthquake, of North Africa and the Iberian Peninsula. We had, of course, the very big earthquake back in the 18th century in Lisbon. Now, the large earthquakes throughout the Mediterranean region have also been known to produce a significant damage. Tsunamis, one of the more prominent historical earthquakes within the region, is the Lisbon earthquake of November 1st, 1755, whose magnitude has been estimated from non-instrumental data to be about 8 magnitude. In 1755, Lisbon earthquake is thought to have occurred within or near the Azores-Gibraltar transform fault, which defines the boundary between Africa and Eurasian plates off the west coast of Morocco and Portugal. The earthquake is notable for both a large death toll and for generating a tsunami that swept up the Portuguese coast, inundating coastal villages and Lisbon, and an earthquake of approximately 8 magnitude near Sicily in 1693 generated a large tsunami wave that destroyed numerous cities along Sicily's east coast. A magnitude 7.2 December 28, 1908 Messina earthquake is the deadliest documented European earthquake, and the combination of several severe ground shaking and local tsunami caused hundreds of thousands of fatalities. This is according to Seismo Berkeley USGS. I'll leave links below for this. This is, of course, a very strong earthquake. And the rescuers are still trying to save lives. I'll leave links below for you for this. Hopefully this will be the end of it, and no more aftershocks, which are moderate. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.